What's going on, guys? Let's take an overall look at the Nasdaq 100. What we are going to be looking at here is the Nasdaq futures. We're going to be getting a macro overview so we can kind of have a good idea as to where we could be heading, whether we need to start positioning ourselves for this bounce or if we've got lower levels to be confirmed. Now, if we take a look at what's going on here today, it's obviously August the 24th. The market hours are closed. We had NVIDIA report earnings after the bell. Snowflake, CRM, so forth and so forth. So what I'm actually looking at here, we are coming off a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 day kind of pause, a 5 day rest period ever since this little bitty candle that we can see here, a little bit of an indecision candle, never really pushed higher, didn't really close at the bottom of the range and still was over the 5 day moving average. That was on the 16th of August. You can see here, once we did lose this 5 day moving average, we have yet to reclaim it. And this is healthy, right? So anytime you get a nice run up ever since we came off these lows here of around 11,000 all the way to highs of around 13,700, this is a fantastic move for the bulls here, and this is a very, very healthy back test, okay? So it's nothing more than a back test. It's nothing to be too concerned about as of yet. If we kind of just scroll here and we kind of go back to some of this price action between 527 and around 6.9, you can see very, very long distribution cycle here where we pushed higher, we came back down, we pushed higher, we came back down before finally losing the bottom of this range here and then having this nice flush to 11,000. Now, if you were kind of watching the chart at this time, you would have a clear indication when it was time to start shorting the actual market. If you could see this breakout candle here, as soon as we were to lose these lows, also below the 20-day moving average, and start to lose this lower channel line here on the date of around June the 10th, we got this nice washout followed by a 1, 2, 3, 4 day push down here. This would have been a fantastic little swing trade. And obviously, once we started to push back up and get over this consolidation here, you could have essentially got back into a long position. Now, swing trading, a little bit different than day trading. Day trading, you're going to want to kind of keep an eye on some of the shorter term sentiment movements and some of the shorter term time frames, but just kind of getting an overall big macro picture so you can kind of see, what you should be looking at. So right now, what we're looking at here, we're coming off a 2-3 day hold of this 50 EMA. The 50 EMA currently right now is sitting at around 12,800. Now, what I would be looking for going into tomorrow and the rest of this week, I would expect this zone to hold. This previous area that acted as a big resistance area, I'm going to look for this to hold. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to break down below 12.8. I can see us coming down into the 12.7 range here. But what we absolutely need to see happen is we need to see the bulls continue to hold the 100 simple day moving average on the daily time frame. This orange line here sitting at 12,720 needs to hold. This whole zone needs to hold. We've got the rising 50-day moving average here ever since breaking out and reclaiming it this last time, going back just a month and a half ago, has been a phenomenal move. So that hard support is going to be sitting at around $12,432. Anything below this obviously is a macro flush into 12,100. But as long as the bulls can hold this level here, this 12,700, I would be looking for the bounce here. Now, if we do get a bounce, I would look for a bounce into 13.1 or 13.2, and then I would lock in profits there. Does not mean that if we bounce, right? Let me pull out my drawing tool. Does not mean that if we bounce here, that we're going to continue to ride higher, right? All this means is that we want to take advantage of trying to catch this little bit of a relief bounce off of this 5-day selling here. As we start to come into this 20-day supply zone and the 5-day supply zone and this Bollinger Band supply zone here, we want to be locking in those profits if we are getting in here off the ground floor. So think about this as the floor, and you want to get in as close to this floor as possible. So now as we start to push higher here, you can start to lock in those gains on the trickle ride up, right? Make sure you clean up your profits right around here and wait for some sort of consolidation here and any sort of rejection at this level, and this crashes through this 50 EMA here, then we would be looking to take a short position into the 50-day moving average. And obviously any close below a 50-day moving average has more room to the downside. That's exactly how I'm looking at this market. I am looking at this market as a potential bounce zone from here. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to all-time highs. That's not the bounce that I'm looking for. I'm looking to hold this floor here, whether we chop around sideways or you know, so be it for another day, 2 days, a week. As long as we do not lose this 12.7 floor, I am going to look to ride a couple of plays that I have on the option side back up to the 20 and 5-day moving average. I hope you guys kind of follow along with what I'm doing. If you guys like this kind of overview, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Join my Discord. All of that links is going to be down in the description box below, and I'll catch you guys all in the next video.